We are at the Malta Blockchain Summit with Johan Zammit from Smart Studios. Johan, you have a team that helps blockchain projects implement what they promised they would do.
Yes, at Smart Studios, that's what we do. It's a venture at the intersection of blockchain. We also do some AI and IoT. We help organizations actually implement what they said that they're going to do in the white paper. So they raise money, and then they start the actual decentralized projects. And that's what we help them to do. We help them with the design of the venture, of the decentralized venture, and also with the implementation and with taking it to market.
Your headquarters are in Malta, but of course your developers are everywhere.
Yes, we're in Malta, the blockchain island, and we're happy and lucky to be here. Having said that, yes, Malta is a small island. There is a restriction in the amount of world-class people that you can hire. So yes, we have our headquarters here, but we work with developers, QA, project managers, technical product managers, technical project managers around the world as well to actually cover the whole spectrum. As you know, the technology is evolving fast. Sometimes clients want to use one blockchain and not the other, so you need to be able to cover as big spectrum as possible and give the clients what they require.
One of the challenges is that, especially in a rapidly evolving technology platform like blockchain, clients may not even know what they want. So you have to be also kind of a translator of their own abstract desires to make them concrete and to make sure that they can be implemented.
Yeah, very good question. I can tell you that I think for the last 12 months, I think half of them we've spent them more sitting with clients and discussing with them what decentralization really means. How do you use the security, the transparency, the immutability of blockchain within the projects rather than designing and implementing the project itself. There are lots of ideas out there. Clients come to us with, I want to do a system in health, in land registry, in music, in royalties, there are lots of ideas out there. However, sometimes when you go deeper rather than the first few questions, you understand that there is much more to understand of how the blockchain is going to be used, whether the blockchain is going to be used. So sometimes we say, oh, let's do a blockchain project. And the use of blockchain ends up usually 5-10% of the whole project. So yes, we pass a lot of time with our clients to see how to make the best use of blockchain. Then we end up in the technology. But before the technology, you need to have a solid business case to be ready to go to market.
It is a universal challenge and very well understood that our ambitions in terms of what we would like to do go beyond what the blockchain infrastructure today can support, whether it is throughput, whether it is the scalability. What are the platforms that today you favor, both for public blockchain and private blockchain projects?
Yes, I wish we are on 1st November 2018. I wish I would go out there and say, you know what, we can build proper enterprise software and we have years of experience. When I say we, all the blockchain community. But unfortunately, we're not there yet. If you see what is happening with Ethereum, there is a lot of improvement projects to make it faster, to bring the transaction costs down. However, if you see their ETA, it's usually 2019, 2020, 2021. So things are it's really great to see these projects evolving, but it's taking time. So there isn't a single blockchain that you actually develop. It's like all our projects are done on a single blockchain. So what we do, we see the client requirements, we see what there is on the market, and I'll tell you a set of examples now, and then we see what is the best blockchain to use. We also explain to the client very clearly that the technologies are actually evolving, and so deciding on whether to use Ethereum or Hyperledger or EOS or Neo or Lisk or Cardano. It could be that in the future, in 1 or 2 years' time, if he asked me the same question again, I would have a different answer. However, most of the work in public blockchain, in permissionless blockchains, is done from our end, at least is still done on Ethereum. There are projects coming and we are eagerly waiting for them, so that can take more transactions per second and the transaction costs go down and all that. But that is the preferred blockchain. Having said that, as you might know, EOS is also getting very popular. Earlier this year, there was the full launch, and now also we're experimenting with smart contracts, not only on Ethereum but also on EOS. When it comes to permissioned blockchain, the private blockchain, the preferred blockchain is Hyperledger Fabric. The one that's Linux Foundation and IBM uses a lot. That's basically the top 3. However, as I mentioned before, there is Neo, the Chinese blockchain, there is Cardano, there is Lisk, there are a couple of others, and we actually actively see what is happening. And if a client, sometimes they come and they have, for example, their own developers, or they have some consultant which wants a particular blockchain, we investigate whether that makes sense to use, and if so, we find the resources to actually use that blockchain if it actually makes sense. So that's the spectrum pressa poco.
Here in Malta, the new regulatory framework for token sales is about to be launched, and complementing that, the Malta Digital Innovation Authority tries to analyze and implement technologies that make this as scalable and the leanest possible, interfacing industry with the regulatory bodies from a technology perspective. Are you working together with MDIA in order to help them understand how to best take advantage of what is happening?
Yes, there are some contacts with MDIAs, as you rightly said. Now it's 1st November, and the actual laws that Malta passed, the three laws, the Malta Digital Innovation Authority Act, the Virtual Currencies Act, and the Innovative Technology Arrangement and Services Act, are coming into effect on the 1st November. Now, the Virtual Financial Assets Act is with the mostly with the Malta Financial Services Authority, and the part of technology assessment, the technology arrangement, is with the Malta Digital Innovation Authority. And these technology arrangements are actually the smart contracts and the DLT systems. It's just another word for not using an ICO or whatever. They're called technology arrangement, yes. And the MDIA, being the regulator, its job is not only to actually issue the rules, but it actually needs to enforce the rules that it's doing for these ICOs and blockchain applications. The best way that an authority like the MDIA to enforce what the rules are is to use smart contracts itself, to use blockchain, to integrate to the operators which will be providing financial services, which will be providing decentralized application. It's been a long journey arriving here. Malta had passed through Parliament in April 2017. It passed the Malta Blockchain Strategy. Then fast forward to September 2017, the government created a task force, a blockchain task force, to evolve this strategy and to implement it. The strategy forward to February, where the government announced the Malta Digital Innovation Authority. In June, they announced the CEO, Steve McCartney. At the Delta Summit on the beginning of October, they actually launched as a Malta Digital Innovation Authority, and here we are on the 1st November, where actually Malta is going to enforce these laws and start accepting applications, so that these ICOs and these blockchain-based ventures can apply to Malta. So from here, then we're just on the start line now. So
What do you expect from 2019 in conclusion?
yes, so 2019, there are obviously various aspects. There is the legal aspect. Malta is already, although it has 3 very innovative acts, it's already discussing both improvements and new laws on top of them. We're discussing a lot about the DAOs, having, for example, a legal persona for a DAO, which is a very, very interesting concept, and I'm sure that will eventually come and it will give another, a new level to our laws. Definitely, in terms of laws, there will be also improvements. Both the Malta Financial Services Authority and the Malta Digital Innovation Authority, together with the Malta Gaming Authority and the Malta Innovation Technology, they're all very open to make this blockchain island happen, and they are very open to improving as the market evolves. At the moment, the market, as you might know, it's changing as well. We're speaking less about ICOs and more about STOs, for example. So that is definitely, I think, something that is going to materialize. Probably we are going to speak less and less about ICOs. We're still going to have venture capitalists and people looking to raise capital, but maybe I foresee that this trend will change a bit in 2019. We're also going to start seeing more and more, this is what I'm feeling already, but it's not very apparent. A lot of organizations have understood at least what blockchain is all about, at least the ideation that I told you before, that we passed a lot of time ideating with them, and now they are doing POCs, proof of concepts, they are doing MVPs, minimum viable products. They're actually going all the way and implementing, which is something we were not seeing before. We were seeing, but it's like a roadmap and it's coming. Now they're actually doing that. Then there's the third level, which is the technology, which as I told you, is also improving about the Ethereum, EOS, and all that. So there is, I see it's exciting on all levels: legal, financial, technical, business.
Thank you very much. It will be wonderful.
My pleasure. Thank you.